Hi, I'm Tempress Chasity Moore, and I played Grizabella and Cats, the JELLICLE Ball. Growing up, like my father's side of the family, they could have been the Jackson Five. Like my grandmother had 5 boys, 3 girls. They all could sing. And on holidays, they would be there harmonizing and singing. I would be so scared. I was so intimidated by them because I felt like they all had perfect pitch and perfect voices. So I did grow up around that. Also, my grandmother took me to my first show when I was younger. They were off Broadway. I didn't get to start singing Broadway till I was a little older. You know, money was a little different. So I remember going to see Mama, I Want to Sing, and I was like, I have to do that. Like, so that's where I started out with music. And then I started singing in the church at like 5 years old. So I learned a lot of singing in the church. I became so deep in ballroom because for me, it was an audience. It was another way to entertain. And so I'm an icon in ballroom, and it's just, I'm able to carry on the legacy. I'm able to carry on the legacy of the women, the femme queens who came before me in ballroom, who weren't able to live in their fullness and who were silenced. And so I'm carrying them on my backs every day when I'm doing Grizabella. I have lived the experience of Grizabella. I fell by the wayside. There's things that happened to me, so I'm able to live that out, and I'm able to celebrate a place that I came from. You know, like we did more with less. We were disenfranchised people who just, you know, that was our underground Hollywood. And now for me to be able to celebrate that on Broadway, oh my God, it's Chef Kiss. It's like, I manifested this all. Like, I really did. It's so interesting because people were tagging me on Facebook. They were tagging me literally like the last day, and they were looking for a woman from Ballroom who could sing, and everybody was tagging me on Facebook. So Omari, the choreographer, hit me up and he said, "Can you really sing?" I sent him a clip of me singing. I sang to the phone, and he's like, "I think you need to go for the lead." And then I got a call to do the workshop. Then we did the first workshop. Time went by, and finally I got a call back to do the audition. And it was like, I had already told myself, if someone lets me come in a room and sing and act, I am going to give my all. So I worked my butt off to get in there, and shout out to William, like my vocal coach, the music director. Like I just, you know, it was aligned. It's the alignment. The universe had its way, and here I am, Grizabella. I'm elated. I'm excited. I feel like this is life-changing for me. There was a lot of times when I felt like I would get so close to things and they wouldn't happen, but I believed that I needed the experience that I had, and everything happens for a reason. And I'm able to take everything that I've been through and pour it into this character. And I'm so excited. I'm glad my mom is still around to see this. You know, she has been my biggest cheerleader, you know, since day one. You need to get back into your dreams and get on the stage. And so I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful that I can carry on for my community. You know, I can be that possibility model. I'm so glad that, you know, for so long I have lived in survival, that now I can relax and be my full self and my full potential, and just show the world who Tempress Chasity Moore is.